Hello my gorgeous loves out there and welcome. In today's video, I wanted to play with some new and hyped makeup. Some of these things I've already tried before and wanted to test out more, and then some of these things I haven't touched yet and I wanted to play with them all on camera with you guys today, create a look and hang out for a little bit. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bree and I'm just a crazy lover of all things beauty, and I like to post a lot of fun, colorful makeup content. I like to do a lot of indie makeup. So if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. So first, let me show you guys what I will be working with today, and then I can get right into the look, because maybe you're just here to see what I'm working with, and maybe you're here to see the makeup look, or maybe you're here for the whole video, which I would prefer and think is amazing. But either way, I want you guys to be able to move around at your leisure, so I'll put some timestamps. But the things that I haven't touched yet that I've had for a while, sitting in my collection forever, was this collection from Kaleidos. I don't remember what it's called. I took the cover off. It's somewhere back there. But it had like these multi-chrome metallic liners and then these two little quad palettes. I have not touched these. They've been sitting on my back desk for weeks, and it took over a month for these to come to me. So it's like there's no point for me to film a whole dedicated video to these products. But there is the Flowing Haze palette. Look at that packaging though. And here's the shade. It's a very muted, cool toned, leaning purple palette. There's 3 mattes, 1 metallic. Overall, it's kind of on the dark side. And then they have the palette called Glowing Iris, which is what it looks like. And then here are the shades. This is a very indigo palette, matches my shirt perfectly. This is the one I gravitate to even more than the other one. I love these kind of colors. But this also has 3 mattes, 1 metallic, and overall it's leaning dark, because maybe the shade looks light in the pan, but I'm telling you guys, it usually ends up being darker on the lids with like Kaleidos formula. And then they have these beautiful liners, like all these gorgeous like shifty liners. There's 6 in the whole range. I like the packaging. It's a little like clear, like you can kind of see through them, but they have all these little colors on them. There's like blue to green ones, I think a burgundy to green, like a light blue metallic. Like all of them have, you know, different shifts, which they just seem super pretty. So maybe I can use one of them at least in the waterline. And then I also picked up the new little set from LYS. I got this from Sephora since they're having the sale. I picked up just a few things. I decided not to make a whole dedicated video about the sale because I'm trying to avoid it. I don't want to spend that much, and I don't want to tell you guys you need to go out and buy anything. But I did pick up the little blush set from LYS. It had like 3 different little shades and like these like mini ones. I think these are so cute. It was like 20 bucks, and then I got 20% off since I am rouge, which is not something I'm proud of, but I love their cream blushes. I hope that they start making minis of their other blushes. I think that's so much better, because it's very rare that I'll ever go through a blush in my life, so I prefer them to be in mini size. And then I also picked up the Tarte little lip set with the Maracuja Juicy Lips and the, I think, Maracuja lip plumps. Yes, like so many people rave about these. They're so hyped on social media. So I was like, I need to know. So I was like, you know what? I want to get it in a little set and have a bunch of options. So there's 2, I think it's a plump. Like there's a lip plump, a lipstick, and then the juicy lips. So there's some different formulas in here, different shades, some nudie ones, some kind of winey ones. I mean, they all look really pretty, and people go nuts for these. So I want to at least try one of them in the look today. And I also want to just revisit the Valentina palette. This is from Adapt, which I featured in that video that I did on the Minka palette. Beautiful glowy blushes. Use the Goo Light on Earthy highlighter palette again. Even though you can't get this, but maybe you have it. Maybe I'm inspiring you to pull it back out. And then I also wanted to use some of the pigments from It'sBel Cosmetics. This is from their Fruity Realm collection. There were 6 different options, 6 or 7, and I have 2 here that I thought I could incorporate in the look today. So that is what we are going to do. Oh, and I think I might use one of the Blend Bunny lip liners to play with them again. So let me get you guys a little closer, and then I can get into a look and see what I can come up with. All right, hair is pulled back, and I'm going in with the MAC Paint Pot and Soft Ochre to prime my eyes. Let's go on into the LYS blushes. And I accidentally powdered my face already because I did like my foundation and bronzer because those are the only things I didn't have to feature. But I'm going to go into the one called grateful is this one right here. The packaging's so messed up. I spilled a bunch of pigment over this, so like it's stained all in the back, but this is a very cool tone, kind of mauve shade, right? Yeah, I think that's gonna work because the look is gonna be very cool tone. So I need to get like a little dense brush. These are so good, and they actually work pretty well over a powder base too, so I wasn't too worried when I forgot to not powder, which I do pretty much all the time. I always forget not to powder my face if I'm gonna use cream products. I'm just so used to using powders, but do you guys see how beautiful they are? I mean, I probably use too much. I need to kind of blend it down, but they're nicely pigmented, but not overly pigmented. You can build them up, you can shear them out, and they do dry down to like a satin matte finish, which is what I prefer. Now I want to put a little bit of glow on the cheeks. So I'm gonna go into the Valentina palette. These are so pretty and smooth, and I think I'm leaning towards this one. It kind of has a purple color to it, which I think is going to be perfect. And I love a glowy moment, so why not, right? These are so smooth. I can't believe how much I love these. They're so good. If you're looking for a smooth, glowy blush formula, these are so nice from Adept. I mean, they make such high quality products. Now I'm going to get into the Goo Light Highlighter Palette. I'm going to go into Chilling, the purple, somewhat icy highlighter, but I'm going to go in with a more fluffy brush just to make it a little bit less like pigmented or less intense, and just kind of diffuse it a little bit because it's just a little bit icier than I like my highlighters to be, but I still think it's really pretty and it has like a nice little purpleness to it. But I'm just trying to go really light because it can get pretty bright and intense, but I just think this palette is so cool. So let's get into the palettes now. I'm going to try to use both of them in this look today since I haven't touched these at all and they've been neglected, and I picked it up, spent my money, so I need to get some use out of them. So I'm going to start off with the lightest shade right here. None of these have names. They just had more of a description of where you put them. It said like diffuse, accentuate, base. I don't really care about that. So I took those little sleeves out, but that's what they said. They just don't have any like actual shade names, which I would have preferred shade names. I don't know if you guys would have, but I am going to use that through the crease. It's like a beautiful periwinkle shade, and it definitely translates a lot deeper on the eyes than it looks in the palette. And these shades are very powdery from what I can see, but like, see how light it is here? And I feel like it looks deeper on the lids. If you don't like darker shadows, you probably won't like these little palettes because overall they're really dark, and I feel like I'm going to need to pull in other palettes to have some lighter shades to contrast. Like overall these are just very deep. I don't think any of them can really be inner corner highlights for both of the palettes, but I love Kaleidos and I always get their launches because they have a really good formula. But now let's get into a deeper shadow. So let's go into the other one called Flowing Haze. The first one was called Glowing Iris that I was using, and maybe I can go into this taupey shade. I don't know if it's gonna be weird, but you know what? I'm trying to just mix them and see. I mean, it's a cool tone, so it's gonna be fine with this shade and just kind of blend in. I mean, look how much depth that has, and it's just so pigmented. But I'm gonna bring that into the outer corner, bring it into the crease. Maybe I wanna go into one more matte. I'm thinking this one right here. This one and the Glowing Iris one. I feel like it might be just a little darker. Will it do anything? I don't know. I'm just laying things together. I'm just going to keep that right there. Oh yeah, I added some more kind of like indigo bluishness to the outer corner. I'm just tapping that on, and I'm not going to take that into the crease at all. But I like that. I really like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do my lower lash line quickly. I'm just going to match everything up with the crease. I mean, there's not a lot I can do with the mattes that I have to work with. So I'm going to do that quickly. Now I'm going to put on some glitter primer. Just pigments do really well over a glitter primer, and like more textured metallics. So I'm just gonna put that all over the lid. I'm using the Unearthly Glimmer Grass. That's like what I've been using a lot lately, and I'm just covering like half my lid like I usually do with glitter primer. So now let's start off with the Bury Me In It pigment. I didn't actually ever get a chance to use these in an actual look, because in the video I did about these, I just did eye swatches and arm swatches. But now I get to see what they look like paired with mattes in a look. Oh my god, that is beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see, like it has a very strong blue shift. Okay, there we go for that shadow. So now I want to take the metallic in the, what is it called? Glowing Iris. This one right here that looks like kind of a lavender shade. Just using the same brush. They seem very foil, a little texture. Gonna wet it too, just so I can help the fallout, even though I do have some glitter primer. Oh yeah, see, that was a good choice to put in the inner portion since it's on the lighter side. Just not light enough to be an inner corner highlight. But I'm just gonna fuse that into the pigment as well. Just cover that whole front portion. Ooh, ooh, this look is coming out so stunning. So last but not least, I want to take this little damson shade from the Fruity Realm collection as my inner corner highlight. So I'm gonna take a pencil brush, and I think I'm gonna put a little bit of glitter primer in the inner portion just to help with that pigment. And just dab that right here. I'm gonna put it. So now let's go into the pigment, the little damson one. I'm using the same brush that I used to apply the glitter primer. This one's supposed to be like a blue to pink, I think. Oh wow, look how pretty that is. It's so sparkly, and it's definitely adding like a little bit of pop in the inner portion. I'm just stamping that on slowly. Ooh, that one is really sticking to that glitter primer really well. So what do you guys think of that little pop? It's like pink to like a sky blue. It is really pretty, and I feel like it does add to the look. I mean, these pigments are gorgeous. You just have to work with them a little bit because you'll have like a little shimmer fallout here and there, but they're so worth it at how pretty they are. Like, look at my eye look. This is stunning, guys. So I think the last final touch is to put on some of these little liners and then get into the lippies. I want to use maybe 2 of them. I can see what I can do. Let's see what I want to pick. I think I'm going to use this shade called Night of Creation. I'm going to use this in the waterline. It's a purple one. I think that's going to work with what I have down here. So let's put that in the waterline. Let's see how it does. I mean, look at that. Ooh. It is so pigmented, and it just glides right on. Wow. I've never experienced such a pigmented, easy metallic liner before. Most metallic eyeliners, I feel like, struggle really hard to go on the lower lash line. You have to like keep layering them over and over to get pigment, but not with this one. Wow. Look at that. Well, that is super intense. Ooh, that is so pretty. I love that purple bean down here. So maybe I can take one more liner and use that on the lid. There's this like icy blue one. Would that be kind of cool? In the front? I think it would, right? Ooh, whoa, look how bright that is. I'm just gonna see, hopefully this doesn't mess up the look, but like a little blue line. So let's just go on the top. Like where the shimmer ends. Oh, actually that's picking out really well, surprisingly. I was not expecting that to go on so easily. Especially over like mattes and stuff. Okay, that is so cool. And it's so pigmented. Okay, I think that was cool to add that. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. So what do you guys think of that addition? Does that look crazy? I don't think it does. I think it looks kind of cool. Let me just blend a little bit above it with this brush that I didn't add any more product to. Okay, it worked out. It looks cool. I think that's really awesome. So now for the final touch, I need to go in with a lippy. I'm gonna use the Blend Bunny lippy. I don't know which one it is. I think it's the one that goes with the Tease Me shade. It's a brownie nude. And then I want to use the one called Ginger that's in the Tarte Maracuja lip set. This one I think will be the best. It's like a nudie shade, right? I think that would be perfect. So I'm going to line my lips with this. These are so creamy. Like, look how easy that goes on. I just love these. They're so easy. Okay, get the lips lined. Let's see what these are all about. I swear everyone has lost their mind for this lip product. Apparently it's supposed to be like super buttery and like juicy and glossy, so we'll see. So the shade Ginger, which is gonna definitely lighten up this lip liner. Whoa, that is super glossy. It's literally just melting away as it touches my lips. That is crazy. Oh my gosh. It is super glossy. I was not expecting that in like a stick form like this. It's insane. But I can see why people would like this product because glossy lips are like so in. And the formula seems super hydrating. And wow, it has made my lips look so juicy and plump. So let's just do the final touches. I'm going to do some liner. Quickly, I'm just going to go on with the Huda one. I need to get a new one because this is getting weird. I'm just going to create a wing with this. A liner is done. I did a little bit of a wing. And now I'm going to go into the Beauty For Real High Def Mascara, my ultimate favorite, which I'm pretty sure I've talked about this way too much on my channel, but it is the best mascara I've ever tried, the most dramatic, and it just helps my lashes look so full and long. I just love this stuff. You can get it from Walmart, you can get it off of Amazon. It's not a super expensive mascara either. It's just a little wet though, so you gotta be careful. So there we go, the lippy is done, mascara is done. I don't know if you guys can tell how dramatic my lashes look, but this mascara is so good. Such a game changer. I love that stuff so much. But I'm going to zoom you guys out a little bit so I can like give you guys my thoughts on these products and wrap up this video. This look came out so nice and I enjoyed all the products that I used today. Like there are no duds. Everything performed really nicely. The eyes look nice and dramatic. The shades were beautiful. I feel like my lips look so juicy. My cheeks look so glowy and I'm just really happy with how everything turned out. I think these quads from Kaleidos are the usual good formula from them. The mattes are very pigmented. It has these beautiful metallics in here. I just hope that they come back with the bigger palettes because these are very limited. I mean, they're like little monochromatic quads. You can only do so much with these. And I feel like these are companion palettes. They're not standalone palettes at all. Like I need to pull in other palettes if I need some lighter shades, some inner corner highlights, because both of these are quite dark. So if you don't like really dark shadows, these aren't going to work for you. I just hope that they come back with the bigger ones. I miss the bigger palettes. I like options, variety, a range of shades. I don't mind the quads, but bring back the bigger ones. Kaleidos, those are the palettes I love from you. And then of course, cream blushes, absolutely stunning from LYS. I like these little minis. This is gonna be such a good gift set to give to someone. These are good and you get a lot of product for these being little minis, and LYS is just such a good brand. And then these Maracuja lips. I mean, look at how glossy and like voluptuous my lips look. I think these are beautiful and I can't wait to try the other colors. And I'm starting to understand why people rave about these. The formula seems really nice, super hydrating, a little thick. Like I feel like it's gonna last on the lips, even though it's more of a glossy formula. I feel like it's gonna stay put for a while because it's on the thicker side. And it's gonna just keep my lips nice and juicy and hydrated. And that's a product I don't mind like reapplying because it feels so good on the lips. The liners from Kaleidos too are absolutely beautiful. I think these are the standout products from this collection. They're so pigmented and creamy and surprisingly go on really well in the waterline as well as on the lids. Like they just glide on. I can't wait to try the other colors because some of them just have beautiful shifts and everything. And these are where it's at. Like if there's anything to pick up from the collection, I would say the liners are the thing to go to more than the palettes. Like this is what I love more that I've tried. And of course, I love the Valentina palette. I want to get more face palettes from Adept. These are so good and smooth. And then the highlighter palette from Unearthly is beautiful. I wish this was part of their permanent range. I love the marbling effect and the options in here. This one is a beautiful glowy blush for me. This one is like a yellowy green one. Nice little icy purple. I mean, they're fun and interesting and they're just so fun to play with. And the pigments, guys, the pigments are so beautiful from It'sBel. These little fruity realm shades are stunning. And I know that they have other loose pigments, which I want to go and get them now because they're so good. I didn't realize that pigments are just so much more pigmented than pressed shadows. I mean, you have to work with them. They can get a little messy, but I think it's worth it for the effect on the eyes. This Bury Me In It shade is so shifty, like from that blue to purple, and like this inner corner one that has like that sky blue to pink shift, little damson. I mean, so pretty. I just want to keep playing with them and do some more looks with those because they're so pretty. But that was everything that I wanted to try in this video. My thoughts, the look. You guys will have to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think of these products? Have you tried any of them? What have you been loving on? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoy this video, you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, you like a lot on indie makeup, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I'd love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have all the products linked that I used in this video today. Other videos of mine you might be interested in watching, as well as like foundation and everything that I wore on my face today, in case you're curious. I will also have my contact and my social media platforms. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_Beauty, and I post a lot of different content there as well. So if you want to join my Instagram fam, I would really love that. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for being here, supporting me. I love you guys all so much, and I just hope you are all doing well wherever you are in the world. And I'm just sending you guys so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys. Thank you.